Hey everyone, it's Thursday. You know what that means. What a great day to be alive on a Thursday night here, right here in Cochise County. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is that time once again for Cochise County veteran-owned business, Thursday at 5 with me, Eric. Well, I guess my invitation to the wedding and the reception must have got lost in the mail. You know who you are. Zeba, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We got another great interview lined up for you. I kind of said that twice, but that's nothing new because I butchered the English language on the regular. My wife's German. She corrects me. It's amazing.
English is my second language.
Sarcasm is my first.
Yes. Ebonics.
We are here live at the Rising Eagle Studios at the Warrior Healing Center in beautiful Sierra Vista, Arizona. And this week, I got an entrepreneur, a jack of all trades. I thought it was one. He's got more than one. He said, pick one. I said, let's talk about them all. So, by all means, without further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself because only he could do it best. I would do it injustice.
Well, we are live in Sierra Vista, Arizona with the Warrior Healing Center. My name is Dan Wilkins, and I'm excited to be here with my friend Eric, another fellow veteran. Just kidding. I'm not the announcer guy. My name is Dan Wilkins.
My job's in jeopardy.
And I am a veteran of the Army. There's only one branch. Everyone else is support, and we appreciate your support. So I have several businesses, actually, as you mentioned. One of the things that my daughter and myself and a couple of friends of ours that T.O. Ben, Ben McCorkle
was on here a couple weeks ago.
Just a couple of weeks ago, and his wife Megan. The four of us started a networking group for entrepreneurs called the Kingdom Business Network, and it's a faith-based organization where we bring together faith-based business owners and those who are called to business to connect and build meaningful relationships, learn and grow in business, share knowledge and experience, encourage one another in faith, honor God through entrepreneurship, and then we typically have a training once a week. And Julia, who was supposed to be here with me today, she's my 18-year-old daughter. She's also an entrepreneur, but today she's over at the Berean Academy graduation presenting a scholarship that she was the very first to win, and she's passing it on to the next winner. So super excited about that. A lot of people knew Mr. Fitz over at Berean Academy, and they did a scholarship in his memory after he passed last year. And so she's over there giving that scholarship to those guys today. So we'll talk about her business and what we're doing together. But the Kingdom Business Network meets every Monday at 8:45 at the Sierra Vista Golf Center in beautiful St. Andrews. And so you can come on down 8:45. We pray together. We try to help businesses align their business practices underneath biblical principles. And so this week's training is actually on vision to victory and how to use vision to create business and to sustain business. So super excited about what's going on down there. And then, we could talk about the book or we could talk about the skincare business. Which way you want to go?
Well, definitely going to talk about that vision you talked about because there are times I have caught that episode of your weekly trainings on Facebook because it is live sometimes.
It is live
all the time, but I've caught a couple of them on there.
We do try to go live every Monday morning at 9 because we believe this is a movement that's going to spread from Sierra Vista to Tucson to Detroit to Chicago to Tokyo to Berlin. We believe it is a movement that'll move around the world, and we believe that the small business owner and entrepreneurs are the driving force behind that movement. So we want to bring them together and help them build the kingdom economy. So
it's the small business that needs to have their voice heard the most because they are the driving force. They're the ones that you start somewhere to get to point A to point B. But hey, let's start talking about you guys here because I don't want you all to get drowned out. And it's amazing what you guys are doing to go ahead and amplify that voice.
And it's the small business community that built America, that drove America. The American Revolution was backed up not by professional soldiers, but by small business owners, farmers, who came out for the cause and created America. And I don't like the idea the government sort of classifies small businesses as, anybody with like 5,000 employees or less, or, and, Walmart is not a small business. Small business,
No,
what
it's
we're talking about is mom and pop, brother and sister, a lot of small businesses in this town that are ran by families. And those are the small businesses that we're really talking about, the backbone of America that drives the economy in America.
The ones striving to survive. Like I've said, I've seen a lot of them here. Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of them go. We need to start building that base a little bit more and get it out there by any way we can so that they can become more effective, more productive. And that's what I like doing. And I like to see businesses moving on their own, getting it going. Well, especially when you team with one another and network.
Absolutely, and we need to bring more veterans back into entrepreneurism. After World War II, about 80% of small businesses in America were veteran-owned. Matter of fact, a lot of veteran-owned businesses already, like Baskin and Robbins. Mm-hmm. They were both cooks in the military in the war and decided they would create an ice cream to give the soldiers a nice little treat. When they got out, they came back and they started their business. FedEx is a veteran-owned business. So veterans are key. And guys, sometimes when we get out of the military, it's very difficult. They spend, a lot of time teaching us to be soldiers or Marines or sailors or airmen, but they spend very little time to none teaching us to be a civilian again. So transitioning back into the civilian world doesn't always work well for us, especially when we're getting into jobs and they don't understand, not all the wounds are visible. The ideal that some gave all and all gave some is not a concept that most civilians can comprehend. And when you think about the veteran population of America, is only about 7% of Americans signed the line. And so showing them a path to get to entrepreneurism so that they can be in control of their own future, their own destiny, and their own legacy. And so I think it's very important that we set something up that allows veterans to see a path toward entrepreneurism.
Now, I don't know what they're doing these days, but I know the days when you and I both got out, you had all those years that you stayed in. Stayed back in for like 20, 23 years. Like, oh, you're getting ready to get out? Here's 3 days. Let's help you build a half-it resume.
Right.
And good game. Good luck. Go get it out there, Tiger.
Let's talk about how your military service transitions into civilian life. And I'll tell you, we didn't really talk about it, but I served back in the late 80s to early 90s.
Okay.
Went in 88, and I was a diesel mechanic.
Okay.
So you would think that's a good job. That's going to translate well to civilian world. Well, the problem was, as a mechanic in the Army, our job wasn't to fix things. It was to get them back into the field as fast as possible, as quick as possible, field expedient.
Like a 3-shopper or something less like that? Or?
Yeah. So I was actually in I believe it was 2, it was a long time ago.
Right.
But, truck comes in for an oil change. We don't change the oil. We'll pull the engine, send that to third shop.
Yeah.
We just put a new engine in. So when I came out, I found out that the civilian world, they didn't really want that. They want a diagnostic, they want a repair done, those types of things. And so one, the skill set didn't necessarily translate well to the civilian world. And then being a paratrooper, my back didn't translate as well. So
how long did you stay in?
I served from 88 to 92 as active duty, stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, deployed to Honduras, and was part of Operation Just Cause Panama.
Okay.
And then went to Germany to a rare echelon unit. And then I was part of the 92 downsizing.
The initial, I remember.
Yeah. So they did offer me to stay in, but I would have had to stay in Germany for 3 years, and I wanted to get back to the U.S. I wanted to get back to Fort Bragg, and in my 23-year-old brain, I didn't think that through as well as I should have, but I did end up being a drill sergeant in reserves for an additional 4 years. But I found that actually to be much more difficult to pretend to be a soldier. Of course, I was a lot better shape back in those days.
Another transition for veterans.
Yes. And it's funny because when I went in the military, I weighed less than 100 pounds as a grown adult. So they put me on a extra rations program to bulk me up a little bit, and apparently I am an overachiever.
You was on that rare side of the, what was it, 600-9 or something that degree. You were too thin.
I was too thin, and I had to get double rations, so double biscuits and gravy every morning. And even if I didn't want it, if I didn't, they were like, nope, we got to serve you double. Now, whether you eat it or not, well, of course I ate it all. And I was an overachiever, so I left the military at 170 pounds in 4 years. So that kind of contributed to the weight gain and that sort of thing. So, but I was able to spend a couple years in Germany as part of the advanced forces for the Gulf War.
Where was you in Germany?
I was in Karlsruhe, Germany.
Okay.
Which is in the Black Forest, right on the edge of France. But I got an opportunity shortly after getting to Germany. I was telling jokes in the motor pool, and one of the guys said, "Hey, there's a talent show at the PRV Club this Friday. If you're not on stage, you can't tell jokes in the motor pool anymore." Subsequently, I took second place and was invited to another show at another NCO club. And that turned into 2 years of traveling around doing all the NCO clubs: Stuttgart, Wiesbaden, Würzburg, Kaiserslautern. Did I say Stuttgart already?
Stuttgart.
Bill Flicken.
Okay.
Mannheim. It was funny because I was in a maintenance unit, and my battalion was in Mannheim, but my company was in Karlsruhe.
Yeah.
In my platoon, we were outsourced to a place called I can't think of it. I was going to say Heidelberg, but it wasn't Heidelberg. It was a small little village, and we were sent over there to support
or something, or maybe something like that.
It was in the Black Forest. I can't remember, but that was the other problem too, because no PT. My platoon sergeant was a 22-year Vietnam vet, and he said, "We're not doing PT. We're going out to the other concern and have breakfast is what we're going to do." And so not a lot of PT during my time in Germany either.
I was in Kaiserslautern with 21st TA Com. You'd have had a bunch of those hills back for your
nice. So I loved K-Town because I spent a lot of time. That was very close. Maybe a 30-minute drive from Karlsruhe. And so I did a lot of shows out there, 90 to 92, doing comedy. And then that kind of went on for about 30 years. I did stand-up comedy. I got a chance to tour around the United States and played at the MGM Grand in Vegas, national television. So I stopped doing comedy, I don't know, somewhere around the scamdemic time.
Yes. So. That is a correct statement. I'm not even going to correct him.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we call that the scamdemic. And I tell people all the time, BC, before Corona. So, but yeah, and since then, I wrote a book last year called The Power of Three: Living a Life of Significance from A to Z. It debuted on Amazon as #1 bestseller. And I also won Book of the Year through the International Impact Awards.
Oh, wow.
And I was nominated Author of the Year. It's not bad for a high school kick out. I didn't drop out. They just kicked me out. And and it kind of follows the arc of my life from homelessness as a child through the foster care system. I aged out at 18. They were nice enough to say, instead of sending you to juvie this time, we're going to send you to county jail. And where I obtained my GED, and I walked from the county jail the day I got released to the recruiting station. And I had to. They didn't let me in right away, because of my background. But I had to convince it was a major, a colonel, and a brigadier general to sign off on me. And that's when I realized I was actually a salesman, not a soldier.
Yeah, that's a true statement. You can't just walk. Your wish says, "Oh, you just walk into the military." No. If you come from one side of the tracks, you got to add a couple more pieces of signature. Yeah.
You got to kind of work your way in, but the military, changed the trajectory of my life, and it was one of the most positive impacts that it could have had. And so now we're actually working with, I don't know if you know the Bakers over at AZ Prep Academy, but we're going to be working with them in their recording studio to record the book into audio for Audible. To release on that, hopefully by the end of the year, it'll be released on Audible, and we're going to do it more like an interview style with a business partner of mine. We've been friends for about 18 years, and he's been a part of that arc, and so I think it'll be fun. Kind of along the lines, if you've ever heard of David Goggins,
Yes.
Can't Hurt Me.
Yep.
Along those lines with a lot less cursing.
Nah.
I didn't say no. I'm just saying. But two pastors,
down a little bit.
Two pastors coming together to have a conversation, which is another facet of, like you said, jack of all trades. I am an ordained minister.
Okay.
And I will be preaching. Actually, I was invited to preach over at the Move City Church on May 31st at 10 a.m.
Where's that
next Sunday? Move City Church is on North Road. We call it Church Row.
Oh, okay.
It's the first church on Church Row after Fry.
Okay.
And it was a plant from Pantano Christian out of Tucson. So we're going to have an opportunity to share a word on May 31st. So we're excited about that. So if anybody is interested in seeing that, I believe it's open to all. And I got it on good authority that God will be there that day. So come on.
Got a lot of guest stars coming out that day.
Got a lot of guest stars. It's going to be star-studded evening. We'll have Jesus, God, the Holy Ghost. You know, somebody asked me.
The Holy Trinity coming on down.
Right. Talking of Trinity, there goes Ben again. He's trying to sneak into my interview every time we get
a chance.
Somebody asked me if I had a ghostwriter for my book, since I, didn't quite graduate high school. And I said, no, I had a Holy Ghost writer is what I had. So
ghostwriter in the military is a completely different thing.
Yes. So super excited about that. And then really the reason that we came together is, you see me out at the motorcycle safety event.
Right.
And we had an opportunity to talk, and that's through our skincare company called Nueva Piel. And, that's a product that's made out of Dead Sea salt and all natural oils, good for eczema, psoriasis. And the way that kind of came about was interesting. I moved out to Arizona, to Tucson at the turn of the century. You might remember that. Well, you might not because of your age, but I'm kind of old, and so yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You might not remember it. You get to our age, it's hard to remember stuff. But I moved out here at the turn of the century, and always had the entrepreneurial spirit. And they had the 4th Avenue Street Fair going on. Okay. And so I went and got some water and I rented some equipment to make cotton candy and snow cones. And I wasn't really in the 4th Avenue Street Fair. I was more street fair adjacent. I found the first house. Yeah, found the first house on the street that was not quite in the fair. Knocked on the guy's door, asked him if I could rent his front yard for the weekend, and he let me do that for $100. Nice. And I'm sitting out there selling water and cotton candy. And another guy came up, an older gentleman. He goes, "Hey, is this part of the street fair?" I'm like, "Not really." He said, "Well, how'd you get it?" I said, "Come on, I introduced you to the guy." Mm-hmm. And he talked to him, and sure enough, he was able to set up for the weekend as well. And he was selling a skincare product. But what caught my eye was every time somebody would walk up, they'd hand me $1. But every time they walked up to him, they'd hand him a 20. I said, "So what do you got there, sir? And do you need help?" And so we ended up creating a partnership. Worked out really well for us. We did it for about 8 years with skincare, doing the farmers markets around town. And then he decided, he was, like I said, he was considerably older. At the time, he was probably already in his 60s or older. Mm-hmm. And he decided he was going to call it a day. And I bought the formula off of him. Okay. He created it because his grandson, he was a chemist, and his grandson had some eczema that they couldn't quite get taken care of through the doctors, at least not without any chemicals. So he created this product. I bought that product off of him, and then we've had it ever since. And then about 2 years ago, my daughter, Julia, was looking for a type of business. My wife, she was hoping to do a business. Mm-hmm. I said, "You know what? I got something. Let me pull it back out." And that prompted Julia, 18 years old. She created a hair serum, also using all natural oils, no chemicals, no fragrances. And it's called Jules Radiance. You can find her on Facebook, social media, Snapgram, InstaChat.
The links will definitely be in the description above and or the comments below, depending where you're watching this interview.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if there's really a thing called InstaChat or Snapgram. But
well, there's TikBook,
TikBook, yeah. Well, the only one I'm familiar with is MySpace. So
we all are. We all miss MySpace.
And the nice thing about
Tom hates us.
Yeah. Tom's my only friend. He was my only friend the whole time.
Tom was always your first friend, but I'm sure Tom's paid right now. So
you remember Tom? So And the easy way to find us, of course, we do have a website, pl1.com. But this Saturday, we're going to be at the Grateful Goods Market, which is on 6th Street, just past the Filiberto's. Over there. I was going to give some direction, but I'm like, okay, that's west. So what direction? Never mind, I can't remember. I might as well be an LT with the map.
If you are driving towards the post, which would be west, when you hit 6th Street, just turn right. It's down a little bit off to your left. Parking will be to your right or any way you can find on the left. Yeah. Both buildings over in that encaged area, full with plenty of vendors going on.
Over 50 vendors, air conditioned, indoors. Just phenomenal. I mean, come down and support. I'm finding it kind of amazing how many people haven't heard of Grateful Goods yet. And it's been down there for a little while. And
every second and fourth Saturday of the month.
And a portion of the proceeds from the sale of the booths go to charity.
Yeah. So it goes to help out the Sierra Vista and all the community.
Yeah. They do a different charity every month. And so they're always supporting charities and things like that. So not only are you doing good for the community, include the Warrior Healing Center. So you can also come down and support a lot of veteran-owned businesses, a lot of women-owned businesses, a lot of Hispanic-owned businesses. Wherever your heart lies, you can find a business there that will help you out. So and Father's Day is coming up. Instead of getting them another tie, come down there and get them one of those nice walking sticks. There's a gentleman, George, yeah,
he's been here.
Walking sticks. Veteran,
yep,
veteran, probably of the Great War.
I believe he. Oh, wow, he said it, George. I believe he is from New Hampshire, but he's definitely from the East Coast. And he brought when he came over here for his daughter or whatnot, he brought a lot of the wood with him, and that's what he just started doing. And then she said, hey, maybe we should set something up. So when First Saturday started their first year in December, he set up, I know this because my tent was next to him at that time. He set up his tent out there. It was cold. It was December. That day it did snow. But hey, gotta do something.
No, it's really cool. A lot of great businesses down there. They're doing some great stuff. So you got a chance to come down and support some really cool businesses, young entrepreneurs. There's
Nani from Fresh Press was here just last week.
Fresh Pressed, yeah. Even though she's an Eagles fan, we can still let her come in, I guess.
She'll be all right. She makes some great juice.
Look, if you're not a Detroit Lions fan, then I don't know what to tell you. So.
Be a Chicago Bears fan.
We gave you our coach. What else do you want?
Well, you didn't give us some of those wins the first time around.
No.
We did the second time around, but that's another story for another day.
No,
I think we're talk about the new watch band I got. That's all Chicago Bears.
I see you got an orange watch band on there. So.
The other one.
But, we picked up Pacheco from Kansas City, so we're excited about that. So,
well, hopefully if you guys go all the way again, well, you almost made it all the way, except you ran into a wall known as San Francisco.
That was a tough one.
That was ugly because you guys were doing amazing the first half, and then I don't know where y'all went the second half.
The year before, we got beat by a rookie out of Washington.
Yeah, you did.
It is crazy. But,
come on, Detroit. Right. I want to keep picking on Green Bay. If you beat Green Bay twice, I'm cool.
No, we're definitely going to do that. There's no question in my mind because we're going to beat them in Detroit, and then we'll beat them in Detroit West when we go out to their stadium. So. Call that Detroit West. I mean, Detroit fans, they say Detroit fans travel well. Mm-hmm. What really happened is we all left Detroit and we're all over the country so we can just show up wherever, when the team comes. We'll see how they do in Birmingham.
There's a lot of Packer fans here.
There is.
It hurts.
There is. I mean, 143 Street Tacos is pretty good. But
I know.
I got to look at that garbage.
It's like, all right, I'm not feeling good. Okay, let me go to the bathroom quick. Now I really have to go.
Now I'm really feeling something because I see all this.
Shout out to 143 Street Tacos. You guys make some amazing food.
Yes.
Choice of team, however, but that's neither here or there.
Now Marcella is going to be yelling at me. So. And then
feel free to come on the show and talk about it whenever you're ready.
I'll tell you the last business, and I know it sounds like I got a lot of things going on, but this is what happens when you finally retire, which I was able to do last year. I fought for my rating for 30 years.
Yes.
And never could get a rating. Everything. One time my back was a birth defect, and another time it was something else. But last year I finally got 100% rating. Went from
outstanding.
100%.
Outstanding.
And knock on wood. I want to really give a shout out to Will Simmons out of Florida. He's a lawyer down there to help me out, and he was a major in the Army.
Okay.
And when he got out, he worked for the VA system itself out of Washington, D.C. He was kind of up there high ranking, and he thought he could help better from the outside than the inside. And he did a great job. In 9 months, he took me from nothing to.
That's amazing. That's a good thing.
Really, really great. My combined rating is over 260%. So I don't know what took so long, but if you're struggling, if you're a veteran, you're struggling with the rating, I implore you, talk to somebody, talk to VSO, talk to DAV, talk to a lawyer, talk to somebody, because the impact is long lasting, and we got to take care of our. Veterans.
I even got people who are like going, I don't need to go in there and talk. No, go. You need to go and talk about it. You need to get that conversation started.
The crazy thing is, when I was 53, I had a heart attack. And, people ask me, why did you have a heart attack? I'm like, I don't know, bad genes and bad life decisions. I'm assuming the bad food. But he was able to tie it back to my military service, which was more than 30 years prior, but he was able to show the link to it. So sometimes it's your MOS, guys. Sometimes it's your duty station. We're hearing a lot about the water out of Camp Lejeune, and we all know what happened while we were serving during the Gulf War and the fires and
fire pit burn, fire pits. Yep.
And the rules are changing, guys. That's the other thing too. When we got out, there was a big push to not give us benefits, but the push has gone the other way now to get people. So
it's like definitely, like I said, the fire pits. Like when we were there at that time, nobody knew anything about that. We found out about that 15, 20 years later. Oh, by the way, if you was in those burn pits, we need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Now.
and they were scared to talk to them because we don't know if they're going to ask us if we started the fire.
Yeah.
I started.
I ain't Billy Joel. No, that was y'all.
We didn't start the fire. So, we don't. It was Dick Cheney. No, don't say that. Don't say that. You're gonna get us all in trouble.
Don't take him hunting with you. He'll make sure that it was your fault.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to mark myself safe from the Clintons this week. I did not commit suicide.
It was not me.
Right.
Signed his.
So the last business I was actually going to bring up is Wilkins Classic Cars.
Yes.
I'm a lot of people are animal foster homes and children foster homes, and I'm a car foster home. I like to find them abandoned and neglected, get them some new shoes, feed them a little bit, maybe a new jacket, and then put them out there to their forever home. So I got a couple right now that are looking for their forever home. A 54 International, painted just like an American flag, just a beautiful truck.
Very nice.
And a 75 Ranchero. That thing runs like a brand new car. Only driven by grandma to the grocery store on Sunday.
Just there and back, just once a week.
So
didn't even turn on the radio.
Really, that's a hobby, and the reason I bring up the classic cars is because letting veterans know sometimes it's your hobby. What I'm saying, that you can turn into a business or a side hustle. Maybe sometimes it doesn't turn into a full blown business. But if you're already getting your disability rating and you need to supplement that a little bit, the beautiful thing is you can be 100% and still earn unlimited income without having to rely on other government programs. So if there's something that you're excited about, and if you're not sure how to do it, you're not sure how to get started, come down Monday morning. There's a lot of entrepreneurs that can kind of guide you and lead you along the way. And that's what we really want to do. We want to know, how can we serve others? How can we serve each other and that sort of thing.
Mike wanted to make sure I point out that with the burn pits, don't forget sand, dust, and other particles can be part of the burn pit. Yep.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was
just all the stuff out there all together.
I was in Honduras in 1989. We were supposed to spend 3 months in the desert. A guy was nice enough to misplace his weapon. And so we spent 6 months in the desert down there. And, you hear about the haboobs in Phoenix. Well, times that by 10 and do it every single day. You're breathing in stuff from who knows where. And the same thing happened in the sand pits of the Middle East.
Yeah,
you're breathing in particles and stuff like that, guys. You just don't know how it affected you. And people say, is the military really that dangerous? I'm like, they're giving 18-year-olds millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment, and with the 18-year-old mind, they do stupid stuff and people get hurt, and we all seen it firsthand. And maybe that's the reason you need a rating, because of some of the stuff we seen. I seen a guy lose 3 of his fingers in the motor pool one day, and while it didn't affect me that much, it may have affected others in a more profound way. So
it affected that individual because, 3 fingers, but it affected other individual because they saw it.
Yeah.
And now that's an everlasting impression. I mean, it just depends on anything can be looked at.
Yeah, and that's why I say you don't know, and we got to get down there. I didn't know this was going to be an interview about getting a rating, but you got to get a rating.
It's an interview of a lot of things. I mean, you got the skincare. You're helping with your daughter for the hair care. A comedian forever. #1 Amazon best-selling book. About to turn it into an Audible. Audible. Right. I'm calling it Audible because we also talked about football.
We did.
And now you just talked about your car care. What was it called again?
Wilkins Classic Cars.
Wilkins Classic Cars. Make sure that the cards are in fact spayed or neutered before you go ahead and get them.
That's right. We don't need them reproducing.
Now, you said you came from Detroit, but what brought you to Sierra Vista in the first place?
Well, I'll tell you, after my military service ended, I went back to Detroit with a whole new set of skill sets, and kind of got a little more legal trouble than I probably should have gotten into even then.
It is the Midwest.
And so my 20s was more of a survival type time. And around 1997 or 98, a buddy of mine who had family out here talked about he wanted to move out here. And I said, well, why don't we all move at the same time? And we kind of work it out. He was a refrigerator repair guy.
Okay.
And so I thought I would maybe start a used appliance business, and he would funnel me equipment. Well, fast forward about 1 year, he was ready to move. And I sat down with my wife at the time. I recently celebrated 35 years of marriage.
Outstanding.
Happy anniversary. Span 4 dead wives. Don't give me. My wife's gonna be mad at me for telling that. Which, by the way, could also help get you a rating. You have trouble with relationships.
It was part of the military, so in fact, yes, you're going to get a good.
Right. You never met an E4 without 2 divorces. So.
I got this concussion. I don't know how. Well, I know how. I saw it.
Right. Like knocked in the back of the head for telling that joke. I talked to my wife at the time, and I said, we got enough money to move out to Tucson and kind of keep living the same lifestyle, or we can advance our lifestyle here. And we decided to stay back home. Okay. And then in '99, my brother moved out here, and I asked him. I said, "Tell me something about Tucson." And he said, "There's only 2 types of people that live in Tucson: the very rich and those who service the very rich." I said, "Well, I'm in the service industry. Let me get on out there." So I came out, and that's exactly what I found. I found a community in Tucson that was very small business friendly in the early 2000s. Not so much anymore. It's flipped on us, and that was kind of happening around 2015, where that real change was coming. They weren't being as business friendly. The politics were changing a little bit, and so my wife at that time, she's from Naco, Arizona. My Julia's mom. Okay. So she wanted to be a little bit closer to her family, and so we kind of picked Sierra Vista. I didn't really want to come here. I came kind of kicking and screaming. I didn't want to be any place cold. And when it does get cold here, people think it doesn't get cold here, but I moved here in 2018, and
it has its moments. I'm not gonna lie.
Of 2019, the whole town shut down because they had a dusting of snow.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was consulting with Berg's Heating and Cooling at the time, and he said, "Okay, show up January 3rd." At 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever. I get there, nobody's there. I call him. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "You came in? The whole town shut down." For what? There's dusting here. But what I found was a military town. Yeah. A real military town. And that really got me excited because I thought Tucson was going to be a military town because of Davis Mountain Air Force Base. But really, Tucson is a college town with a military base.
More of U of A, yep.
Yeah. And so when I got to Sierra Vista, I just fell in love with this town because you got that military feel. The people here are just phenomenal and amazing. I mean, people like to jump on chit chat and complain about everything
don't get me started.
Traffic to the weather. But But the reality of it is they just don't know how good they got it. This is an amazing town with amazing people.
The traffic's too tough. Go hit Lakeshore Drive one time.
Exactly. Find yourself on the corner of Michigan and, up there in Chicago.
You want to know what lake effect snow feels like?
Right, get around the Great Lakes. That cold goes straight to the bone marrow. So I got here in 2018, fell in love with the town right away. The thing that we need is more jobs, more opportunities, so our children can stay here and build a life instead of rushing out of here as fast as they can leave.
We got two amazing people who are currently running. Vice Mayor Flowers and Councilman Rodriguez.
Yeah. Mark Rodriguez. Seeing him everywhere, man.
Veteran.
Yeah, veteran, absolutely. And I think either one would be a good choice.
Vice Mayor Flowers, married to a veteran. So there's a whole military thing on both sides. And she's from Hammond, Indiana. Which
is really nice. We're not going to lose that veteran feel. And now that the military base has taken on 2 new missions with the Space Force and the drones. And then we got the spaceport coming to town. So great opportunities coming up, guys. They're talking about 40,000 tourists a year.
Lots of growth, lots of economic and business growth, just waiting.
Yeah, and waiting for veterans to come up with an idea to help out these 40,000 people who are coming. Now, I thought about opening up a museum right there in Huachuca City as you're coming through. It's a space museum, and we can have T-shirts in there. It says, "I saw aliens in Sierra Vista." Yeah. Except for it just be Paco and Juan crossing. No, I'm just like, I want to get us both kicked off of.
Get your own personal journal so you too can track it. Right. That's how it started, Your Honor.
But it's gonna be exciting, the growth that's happening over the next 5 to 10 years here.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Sierra Vista. It's gonna be fantastic. And we're all right here at the forefront. So if you're a business owner, if you're thinking about wanting to be a business owner, let's connect.
Now's the time. And that was the time.
Yeah.
Now's the time to get with his group, Kingdom
Business Network.
Kingdom Business Network. They're always having, like you said, every Monday around 8:45, you said?
Yeah, 8:45. We meet at the Sierra Vista.
Talking business. Of course, you come on over here, watch the videos of the veteran-owned business, get an idea. You maybe use one as a template to start your own business. Or if you're trying to get pushed off here, at least get networked with other businesses so you can get an idea what you should do, what has worked in the past, what may not.
Absolutely.
There's a lot. Also, docs usually have every
Thursday.
Every Wednesday.
Wednesday at noon.
Yeah, I forget which Wednesday it is, but it's once a month. They have a little thing going on over there. So that
networking at noon is called.
Yes, networking at noon.
And do you know Dan Valle?
I heard of him.
Dan Valle, he's the executive director of the Southern Arizona Hispanic Chamber.
Okay.
But he also owns a business consulting firm.
Okay.
And so he can also help with starting a business, what ideals there are. He knows about businesses around town that are actually for sale. I know of one right now that's a pretty good investment if somebody wanted one. Very busy, very popular business right on Fry. If you need your tires fixed, I'm not going to tell you exactly which one it is, but on the West End.
Okay.
And right across from Haymore Plaza.
Aha. And say no more.
And I don't know if they found somebody yet, but they've been trying to do something with that, and that's a great opportunity for somebody. And Dan Valle, I believe, retired colonel.
Okay.
Actually, him and Mayor McCaw served together in the same command. So pretty cool. So there's a lot of veterans here that are looking to help other veterans. We're still battle buddies. I still got your 6.
Point in the right direction, help you out. If you're looking whatever business you're trying to start, or even if you're trying to get funding for the business, and I know I'm going to get those very soon, try to talk to some people out of Cochise College, because that's where you can at least find your grants or get a good start for veteran business grants.
SBCD, something. CSE, LMNOP.
Another alphabet, but a good alphabet for this.
A good one, and it's all free.
Yes.
That's the beautiful thing about it. You can go down there, they can tell you how to set up an LLC, tell you if you need an LLC. Not all businesses need an LLC. Matter of fact, when you're first starting off, sometimes it's better to use it as an abandoned entity. Now, I'm not a tax professional. Please consult your tax professional for any tax advice you may or may not need.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying go for the taxes.
Right. Go talk to a professional. There's a lot of veteran-owned tax professionals here in town as well. So.
I am not going to be getting bald anytime soon. There's some people on here that like to talk a lot of smack. I'm going to point out Brandon by name, and now Michael decided to join on that bandwagon. Not going to get bald. My mother has the genes that made sure this is complete.
That's right.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying.
And I'm just wearing a hat because I didn't feel like doing my hair, but I got some up there.
It's two.
Got some gray.
Hate people. Keep doing it.
Hey, if you ain't got haters, you're not trying hard enough. So.
And that's another veteran. So if you want to go ahead and bash, that's all right.
That's right. He's practicing.
Your hair will go first.
Is he Army or?
He's Army.
Okay, yeah, we got to put up with those guys.
We'll let him go.
Yeah,
for now. And he's a Cubs bear and a Bears fan, so I can't knock him
out. Oh my God.
He can.
Poor guy. Well, somebody's got to be a Cubs fan, I guess.
I know. I know. Okay, we know you're going to be at Grateful Goods coming up this Saturday. Where are we going to see you in the near future?
Well, like I said, we got the Grateful Goods event. That's for the skincare and hair quality product. Come down and meet Julia. You guys are going to be impressed. 18 years old, creating her own business and inspiring other young 18-year-olds. She got her LLC, and then a week later, her slightly older cousin called up. How do you do that? And he's already running a business.
Nice.
But he's like, wait a minute, if she can be legit, so can I. And
she's got a great business sense on her shoulders. She's doing amazing things. Like you said, she won the first ever
Mr. Fitz scholarship.
Okay.
She competed in the moonshot. And quiet as this kept, she was also a professional comedian from age 5 until about 10 when I pulled her off the stage when her grades started to suffer a little bit, and I wanted to make sure
she had a great role model.
But she she did really good. She was actually nominated Entertainer of the Year in Tucson when she was 10. So super sharp, super smart young lady, and so she'll be there. And then May 31st, you can catch us down at the Move City Church doing a sermon about stress and anxiety and what to do with it. And then
that place should be packed.
I'm hoping it is packed. But even if there be one, say where 2 or 3 are gathered, he's in the midst. So I hope we meet the quota. And then, and then, yeah. I mean, we're around town. I don't think we have anything set up besides that, because I know in August we're going up to the Vault Conference in Vegas. Julia is the spearhead of that. She really wanted to get up there. It's a 3-day business conference where she's going to get 9 months of business training in 3 days.
Okay.
So we're excited for her to see what she does with that and come out with it. So
you see this veteran out on the street, you hit him up. He's got a lot of knowledge. He could help you in many different areas, especially if you're looking to start a veteran-owned business. He's got several models out there, and anything else you may want to talk about. He's got a lot of information, a wealth of information, and I appreciate you coming out today.
I appreciate you having me. I really do, and anything we can do to help support the Warrior Healing Center, please let us know so that we can support it.
Of course,
it's a great program.
That's all we got time for today. I got a couple extra notes. You're going to like this. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we are going to have a special edition of Cochise County Veteran-Owned Business. See, he was a first-timer. What we got coming tomorrow is a repeat offender. You got to appreciate how I do things.
That's right.
Angel Hernandez is coming back to talk more about his 3D imagery. It's amazing what he can do with 22, 23. Last time we talked, 3D printers. So he's going to come back. He's got some new things to show. This guy is amazing.
I can't wait to see it.
I mean, this stuff is beyond lifelike, and he's well known out there in that.
And it's a hot trend right now.
It is very much.
It's a hot trend. I think I probably got a bunch of his stuff at my house if he does any of the carnival or festivals.
I will show you after this. I'll show you the link so you can see the previous video we did in October. But like I said, it's going to be on tomorrow, so we're going to catch up with him. Also, next Thursday at 5, we got another new individual coming in here. You are going to appreciate him. I'll tell you what. He is another version of Snoop Dogg. That's all I can say. He makes little boxes, and I'm going to show off what he made for me. It's a Chicago Bears box. It is amazing, and I had my own personal Chicago Bear Holy Trinity in there. I know I'm sure we're going to get blasphemy for that, but hey, when you're talking Walter Payton Sweetness, Iron Mike Ditka, and Dick Butkus, and you have all their cards in
pretty good trinity. That's pretty good.
He's like, you don't want a quarterback going? No, for Chicago, we don't need a quarterback. That's what we need.
Just hand the ball to Sweetness. That's all you
hand
need.
it to Sweetness.
Right. I mean, Gal Sayers, I mean, what a history. I mean, the refrigerator, he just passed recently, unfortunately.
Just passed.
Yeah, but great.
Steve Mongo McMichael just passed somewhat recently, but he still got inducted. And he got inducted to whom? National Football Hall of Fame, like Dr. Tim Kirk did.
Now here's some good Chicago trivia for you. Do you know which NFL team is the oldest team that's never had a Super Bowl win? And it's not Detroit, by the way.
Chicago Cardinals.
Never won a national championship. Yes, that's
Cardinals.
Correct.
Yep.
The Arizona Cardinals, originally from Chicago back in the day, yes. And then through St. Louis and then down here, but never had a national championship. Detroit had 4, just by the way. You know, they just weren't called the Super Bowl.
No, not then.
In the 30s and the 50s, when there was 3 teams to play against.
Another useful bit of trivia, since you want to go that route. One of the original NFL football teams used to reside out of Hammond, Indiana for a couple of years. They were known as the Hammond Pros, which is interesting considering Chicago may, in fact, move to Indiana over at Wolf Lake.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's going to be interesting if they do that. You know,
Arlington Heights is still trying. The governor Pritzker and Johnson, if that's the mayor's name. Yeah, mommy and daddy are still fighting up there.
We'll see what they.
We'll see what they could go ahead and see what happens. But McDermott from Indiana, Hammond. Oh yeah, he put a big hat in there.
He's like, come on down, we'll build you a stadium, whatever you need. And so it's funny because a lot of times it's always about they're talking about the fan base and the how big the population is, but they're willing to leave Chicago, go down to Indiana. That tells you a lot about what's happening in these states that are run by certain individuals. We won't get into it, but
won't get into it. That's another show for another time.
Right? Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you letting me come down, Eric.
Thank you, Dan. I do appreciate it once again. By all means, you are welcome back anytime. Anything new pops up, feel free to go ahead and get a hold of me. Like going, push him, let me in.
New things are always popping up. I got a million ideas. I wanted to build a gym here in town. But not like you're thinking. This is a buffet place called Get Your Meal, and the push-up, the crunchy station is where you get your tacos, and pull-up station is where you get your soup, and the salad would just have construction.
Honestly, I was getting ready to say Civic Center because I have my own theories on that, but now you took it one better. I'm all about going to that push-up bar.
The salad bar just has construction tape around it with a sign that says, your fat self don't want no salad.
So I'll go do a double crunch there.
Yes,
thank you, Taco Bell.
You go to the gym every week, twice a week sometimes. So I appreciate
an individual that'll hit there every day. But
these are the jokes. This is as good as it gets.
We will be back again this Friday at 10, next Thursday at 5, and keep on the lookout. I'm going to make sure, but we should have another Team RWB week in review. Team RWB report. We just started bringing that back. I got to make sure Craig's here, and that's going to be popping Saturday at around probably 11 or 12. So
awesome.
Trying to keep the studios busy, which, by the way, the studios are available for veterans if they want to use them.
See, nobody tells me nothing.
Oh, on that note, this jersey that I'm wearing that I was sporting off last week, the 18 means when they started work, when this place started coming into existence, 2018. Okay. $60.
Nice.
$60. Keep on the lookout for all the Warrior Healing Center network to find out when that link drops, so you can go ahead and get your very own. If you pick it up from here, $60. If you go on it shipped to you, add shipping and handling. But
$39.95 for shipping.
No ups, no extras. My name is Earl Shive. I'll paint any car.
Wait, there's more.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Can we get it with a 22?
Bam!
Can we get the jersey with a number 22?
I think it's only going to be 18.
Because you know what I'm asking.
I think I do.
About the 22.
I think, oh, yes,
it's the real pandemic
in
America. 22 veterans.
Could bring that up to him. As a matter of fact, that is a very good question.
Yeah. I would get that, and I'd pay extra. Especially if the extra proceeds went to Crisis 22.
The proceeds would definitely go to Warrior Healing Center, which also in turn helps with that, as well as because we don't just help veterans. We fight for them. All right, guys, that's enough time. We got out of here. We will see you. I will see you tomorrow. You will see him Saturday.
See me all over town. I can't hide.
Go to Grateful Goods. Take care.